Empathy. We talk about it like it's always a good thing. Like it's some magical superpower that makes you a better person and makes the world a better place. But what if I told you that empathy has a dark side? What if the ability to feel other people's emotions can actually break you, drain you, or even push you into unhealthy relationships? What if empathy, the very thing meant to connect you, sometimes ends up destroying your boundaries, your peace, and your sense of who you are? Let's talk about a side of empathy no one warns you about. The side that's quiet, painful, and often misunderstood. Number 1. Empathy can make you carry emotions that aren't yours. You ever walk into a room and instantly feel everyone's mood? Like someone's sad, so now you feel heavy. Someone's anxious, you feel your chest tighten. Someone's angry, your energy shifts. Suddenly, you're feeling things that didn't come from inside you. You absorbed them. This isn't being sensitive. It's emotional osmosis. And if you don't notice it happening, you start living other people's emotions instead of your own. Empathy becomes emotional theft, except you are the one being robbed. Number 2. Too much empathy makes you responsible for everyone's feelings. Empathic people often fall into a dangerous trap. If they're upset, it's my job to fix it. If they're hurting, I must help. If they're uncomfortable, I need to make it right. Suddenly, every emotion around you becomes your responsibility. You apologize for things you didn't do, you over-explain, you overthink, you walk on eggshells. You become the emotional caretaker of everyone in your life. But here's the truth. Empathy without boundaries turns you into a sponge, and sponges never stay clean. Number 3. Empathy can blind you to manipulation. Some people don't see your empathy as kindness, they see it as opportunity. They recognize your compassion, your guilt, your tenderness, and they know exactly how to pull your strings. A sigh, a sad tone, a guilt-inducing phrase like, "I guess I'm just not important to you." A story designed to make you feel sorry for them. Empaths are magnets for manipulators. Why? Because manipulators don't want to control strong people. They want to control empathic people, the ones who will sacrifice themselves to keep someone else happy. Empathy becomes the crack in your armor. Number 4. Empathy drains you if you never refill. Most empathic people don't just feel for others, they feel with others. And that level of emotional intensity is exhausting. You help a friend through a breakup, and you feel heartbroken too. You support someone through stress, and suddenly your own stress multiplies. When everyone treats you like their therapist, your mind becomes a waiting room full of problems you never asked for. Empathy without self-care leads to burnout, numbness, and emotional collapse. You can't pour endlessly without refilling, not even with the biggest heart. Number 5. Empathy can make you lose yourself. Have you ever shaped your personality around the people you care about? You agree when you don't agree. You say yes when you want to say no. You like what they like. You prioritize their comfort over your authenticity. Slowly, your identity dissolves in the emotions and expectations of others. You become a mirror, a chameleon, a reflection of whatever the situation needs. But here's the truth no one tells empaths. Feeling everyone can make you forget yourself. Number 6. Empathy doesn't always lead to kindness. Sometimes it leads to pain. Empathy can make you forgive too quickly, excuse bad behavior, stay in toxic relationships, give people one more chance, and then another, and another. Empathy tells you they're hurting, they didn't mean it. But accountability whispers, even hurting people can cause damage. Your empathy wants to heal them. Your logic wants to protect you. Your heart ends up fighting your own safety. That's the dark side, caring so deeply that you tolerate what you should walk away from. Number 7, empathy can make you afraid to set boundaries. When you empathize with someone's reaction, setting boundaries becomes terrifying. You think, they'll be hurt, they'll be disappointed, they'll think I don't care, they'll feel rejected. So you let people cross lines, you keep doors open, you sacrifice sleep, sanity, time, energy, just to spare someone else discomfort. But here's the paradox. Boundaries don't mean you care less. They mean you care sustainably. Without boundaries, empathy becomes self-sacrifice. Empathy with boundaries is compassion. Empathy is beautiful, but without protection, it can break the very person who gives it. Number 8, empathy makes you feel pain twice. Most people experience their pain once. Empaths experience pain twice. Once through their own struggles, and once through everyone else's. That's why empathic people seem tired even on good days. They're carrying invisible emotional weight from every person they care about, and sometimes even from strangers. It's not weakness, it's sensitivity without protection. Number 9, the darkest side? Empathy can make you vulnerable to losing your peace. When you feel everything, you can never fully relax. You read too much between the lines. You sense moods instantly. You notice tension before anyone else. You're always on, emotionally monitoring the environment. Your nervous system never gets a break. Empathy becomes a constant alarm system, one that keeps ringing even when there's no danger. So is empathy bad? No, empathy is powerful, but unprotected empathy is dangerous. Empathy becomes healthy when you set boundaries, when you let people handle their own emotions, when you stop rescuing everyone, when you differentiate between feeling and absorbing, when you learn to say no, when you prioritize your own mental health, when you understand your limits, and when you choose who deserves your emotional energy. Empathy without boundaries is self-sacrifice. Empathy with boundaries is compassion. Empathy is beautiful, but without protection, it can break the very person who gives it. The real truth? Empathy is not the ability to feel others. It's the ability to feel others without losing yourself. Once you master that balance, your empathy becomes a gift. Not a weakness, not a burden, not a doorway for manipulation. A gift you give consciously, not a leak that drains you. And when you protect your empathy, it becomes one of the most powerful forms of strength you can ever have.